Well, here we are at the Old Bailey, which in 1971 was the scene of the longest obscenity trial in British history. 6 weeks it went on, started in June and went on so long, way into August, when barristers and judges are meant to be on holiday. And there were 3 men in the dock, 3 hippies, the editors of Oz, and this is what they were charged with, rather wonderfully. Conspiring to produce a magazine containing diverse, lewd, indecent and sexually perverted articles, cartoons, drawings and illustrations with intent thereby to debauch and corrupt the morals of children and young persons within the realm, and to arouse and implant in their minds lustful and perverted desires. This was obviously a very serious charge, and what had given rise to it was the school kids' issue of Oz magazine, which had in it a cartoon of Rupert Bear having sex with a granny. Half of the trial, 3 weeks of the 6 weeks trial, were devoted to discussing the exact nature of what Rupert was up to and why he was up to. The prosecuting counsel kept asking expert witnesses, psychologists, sociologists, what do you suppose is the purpose of equipping Rupert Bear with such a large penis? To which people like Edward de Bono will say, well, I don't know. What size would be natural? It was a completely farcical proceeding, except that they could be sent to prison indefinitely if convicted, and indeed they were convicted, though it was quashed on appeal when the appeal court decided that the judge presiding over the trial had summed up so disgracefully badly and misled the jury that the whole thing had to be thrown out. But they were in jail for a bit, and at the time there was an outcry saying, why are they persecuting hippies rather than real pornographers? Why aren't they prosecuting people in Soho, the vice barons? The answer turned out to be that the head of the obscene publications squad who led the prosecution was himself on the payroll of the Soho vice barons, and so preferred not to prosecute porn magazines in Soho, and so was actually the head of the flying squad, and their immediate boss, a man called Commander Wally Virgo. They all ended up in this very same dock at the Old Bailey a few years later, and were sent to very long prison sentences, unlike the Oz editors. So actually, in a curious kind of way, the prosecution was vindicated. There had been a conspiracy to corrupt public morals. It was just it wasn't the hippies who were doing it.